6th grade, I remember Autumn and I having to be moved to the high school building because one of our teachers left that year. It was a confusing but exciting change for Autumn and I. I was pretty excited because I looked up to the high schoolers a lot when I was younger. During my junior high years, During my junior high years, I had Miss Kelly as my main teacher for science and a couple other subjects. I had Cheryl for English and Mr. Morrow as my math teacher. During 7th grade, Miss Kelly took us to Death Valley, which was really cool, and to Snoopy on Ice, which was an ice skating rink. That was also fun. In 7th grade, we got introduced to a new student, Dante. He came to school with pink hair and a Fallout t-shirt. I remember playing basketball with Autumn a lot outside the basketball hoop over there. Eighth grade, we went to Yosemite. That was a fun experience. I remember playing tag a lot in the gym and jumping up here onto the stage to get away from whoever was it. I don't remember much of my first year of high school. I do remember that I was a scorekeeper for the basketball and the volleyball teams. That was pretty fun. 10th grade was an interesting year. We got introduced to 3 new students, Kobe, Gracie, and Heaven. This year was going pretty normal. Getting up, getting ready, going to school, hanging out with friends, and then go home. Then in March, we were told that we were going home for a couple weeks. Well, that was a lie. We ended up staying home for about 2 years. And then 11th grade was mostly behind the screen. It was a little difficult for us because it was a new and all of a sudden. It was a struggle, but we got through it. My senior year was good. I am very happy that I can finish my last year of high school normal, I guess I could say, since we had to wear masks most of the time. So many people have had a big impact on my life, and I'm very thankful for them. There are some people who I would like to thank the most. First, I would like to thank the teachers and staff. You have helped me get this far in my life, and I am appreciative of it. I have learned a lot from this school, and I know there is not much here to offer, but it was enough for me. The boys have been a big part of my life. I enjoy the stuff that we do when we hang out. Ride boards, go on walks, go out and eat. Heck, even just sitting in Durbin's house, chilling or talking is fun for me. Thank you guys, I appreciate it, and I love y'all. I thank my classmates because I have so many good memories with them ever since 8th grade. The memories I have made with you all always put a smile on my face. I will miss you guys a lot, and I hope that we can stay in touch. I would like to especially thank my partner, Heaven, for being there for me when I am down. You have had such a big impact on my life and helped me a lot. I love you very, very much. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. Last, but really certainly not least, my family. Mom and Dad, I know I don't say a lot and I should have more, but thank you for all that you have done for me. I appreciate it very much. I love you both very, very much. I also appreciate the support that you all have given me and all the love that you have given me throughout my life. Thank you for coming out tonight. I appreciate it very much.
The next senior speech, Autumn Van Steen.
So, yeah, it's been a while, 15 years at the school, and we finally made it here. We're actually graduating. I can still remember, back in 2nd grade, watching DuckTales, specifically the episode where they traveled to the future. Seeing their older designs of the aged characters, their relationships, and who they grew to become, it always left me curious who I'd be. I remember after seeing that episode talking with an old classmate, Sebastian, about what we were going to look like when we were older in high school and graduate, and who we'd be. Well, I guess this is who I am. I've got long, blondish brown hair, bluish gray eyes, those fuzzy socks everyone gets for Christmas. And if I were to define myself in one sentence, I'd say I'm an artistic, autistic, 18-year-old furry. Maybe I'm not exactly the person my younger self would have expected me to be. But yeah, this is who I am. All the little moments and memories I've had here work together to make up who I've become today. I've made quite a bit of great memories in this little town. Spending summers at Redwood River Resort, chillaxing in the summer sun, watching Phineas and Ferb, jumping on the trampoline, and throwing water balloons in my backyard with my friends. I've had some great memories I'll never forget. Of course, not everything was perfect. I've had to deal with more than my fair share of family trauma, ableism, and bullying, but that's okay. I can't say that I'd change anything. It's all part of what makes me up, who I am here as a person, talking to all of you today. But by all means, it wasn't all bad. Just like Judy Hopps says in Zootopia. Turns out, life's a little more complicated than a slogan on a bumper sticker. Real life is messy. We all make mistakes. We all have limitations, which means, hey, glass half full. We've all got a lot in common. Yeah, it's true. We've all been through so much. Our ups and downs and everything in between, all together. Whether we knew it or not, we were all going through so much in and out of school, just like any other kid, regardless of how close we are to each other now, or even after today. 4 years, or even 15 years for some of us, is going to result in creating some great memories. Who knows if, in all honesty, when, or even if ever, we'll actually see each other after today. But even if we don't, we'll all have the memories of our bittersweet years we spent together at this school. So many unforgettable times. Every time I sit down to watch Phineas and Ferb, I always get reminded of me and Jaden's overnight sleepover, where we watched the Phineas and Ferb movie. The time the glow sticks cracked open and got all their glow juice all over the van. The thousands of really fun games of basketball I played with him. All my other amazing friends. Playing volleyball with Kobe, all the wacky games of ping pong with Alexander, and how could I forget our Italian class together? Clumsily running into each other, playing Cerco Trovi, walking around town and seeing amazing views I've never seen before, learning a destra and sinistra. Me and Dante going completely wild, attempting to win Master DJ. Screaming at the top of my lungs at Nova, Guido! Guido needs to drive! Not to mention all the hundreds of Kanye jokes and the hours we spent watching Seamus Foreman eat cereal. How could I ever forget the memories of the time we shared? Yeah, we didn't really have a choice about going to school or even seeing any of these people, but we made the best of it. But our times at school are coming to an end. Putting all this behind me and beginning an entire new journey and adjusting every routine I've become adjusted to over these 15 years at this school will by all means not be easy. It'll take time, just like any other major change in life does. In all honesty, I have no clue what I'm gonna do after high school. But as they say, the only thing predictable about life is its unpredictability. Like, I would have never guessed I'd be this great of an artist, or that for an entire year, 2 other kids would be living with us. That I'd be a furry, embrace me being autistic, or even find such a nice online community of friends. Everything in life is just so unpredictable. If they're being honest, no one really knows what's gonna happen next. Will you get the job promotion? Will you get into that college you wanted? Are you gonna win that next round of Mario Kart? Well, of course not, I'm gonna win that. But unpredictability is a constant. I may not know exactly what I'm gonna do when I graduate, but I really like voice acting. If I'm lucky, I could become a voice actor. I enjoy art. Maybe I could become a hand-drawn animator or a storyboarder. But who knows? I could even just settle down with a more casual job or find something I never could have even imagined. But who really knows what might happen? The important thing is, we made it. We're actually here, graduating. I can't believe all three of us have made it this far. Congrats to both them and to myself. But it looks like my speech, and subsequently my time here at this school, has neared to an end. Thanks for listening. Best wishes. Thank you, Noel.
Thank you everyone for being here. Amazing speeches, Jaden and Autumn. Mine's a little shorter, but I feel great pride. My loved ones here tonight. It's really an amazing feeling seeing all of you here. And my peers will soon move on to the next stage of our life. I've had the most wonderful time here at Leggett. I arrived 6 years ago, much later than Jaden and Autumn, who've been here nearly all their life. But I've cherished my time here. But this time has passed quickly. We three are all bound for a different path. Autumn, possibly pursuing a career in animation or artistry. Jaden wishing to stay in our beautiful home. And I off to quest to college. There's no doubt this will be a change in our life, but it'll be a welcome one. It's a tough world out there, but we all have what it takes. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone who came out here tonight, and thank you to all the staff and teachers who have supported us all these years. We couldn't have done it without you. I want to take a moment to thank my family and my loved ones who have supported me and helped shape me into the person before you. Firstly, I'd like to thank my dad, Omar, who, albeit a little bit spacey, has always been overwhelmingly supportive of what I wish to pursue and excited to help me down that path. Your wit and ingenuity is something I strive to achieve one day. I thank you for always engaging in my questions and trying to find an in-depth answer to give me an understanding. You've helped fuel my curiosity. I also feel the need to thank my grandparents as well. Roger and Christy, or to me, Appa and Grandma. These past few years staying with you have taught me valuable lessons, such as the value of beauty, taking care of yourself, keeping tidy, and discipline, even if I don't always abide. My room was always a mess before Grandma taught me her ways. It's still a mess, but it's a manageable mess. Your art skills are impeccable, and are another thing I would like to emulate one day. Lastly, I'd like to thank my mom, Angie. It has been 5 years since she passed, although it doesn't feel so long. Having her taken away was one of the most traumatic experiences I have ever gone through in my life. However, I know she wouldn't want me to sulk and would prefer for me to reflect on what an amazing mother and human being she really was. To many, she was an intelligent, funny, artistic woman, but to me, she was Mom, something I value greater than anything. It saddens me deeply that she cannot be here today. She was such a wonderful mother, and she always supported me and helped teach me ways of virtue. I will miss her guidance, but surrounded by loving friends and family, I know I'll be okay. Wherever we go in life, I know we will be prepared because of all this community has done to prepare us for the world. We thank everyone here who supported us through our time here. In the words of a genius, or a self-proclaimed one, if you have the opportunity to play this game called life, you have to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment until it's past. Kanye West. So appreciate your moments. Thank you all for being here.
We have a very special guest speaker tonight. Dr. Amber Hammer, PhD.
It's short. To those of you who don't know me, my name is Amber Godey Hamer, and I'm the English and Italian teacher here at Liggett High School. I've had the great pleasure of working with these three for the last 6 years. When I started to think what to say tonight, I had a little bit of trouble. Those of you who know me know that I'm rarely at a loss for words. But finding a way to talk about these three vastly different people who are all so important to me in such different ways gave me a bit of writer's block. So I started to think not about their differences, but about what they have in common. And I realized that there are two key traits that really define them as a group and as a class. The first of those is that they are eternally childlike. I almost said childish just to be funny, but this is not to say that they're immature, but that they're silly, fun-loving, and full of wonder. When I first met them 6 years ago, they told me that they would go to Disneyland for their senior trip. And I laughed, because I thought that I knew something that they didn't know, which was that when they were 17 or 18, they were not going to want to go to Disneyland anymore. The events surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic curtailed their fundraising, and in the end, they chose not to take a senior trip. But I think, though, that if they had gone on a senior trip, they may very well have embraced their plans to go to Disneyland. It would make sense for them, because I am impressed every day by how Autumn, Dante, and Jaden have retained their youthful perspective and their joy and wonder at the world. That ability to be silly, to experience joy in regular daily happenings, and to see wonder in the things and people around them is an incredible gift. The second trait that defines these three as a group is authenticity. Although the three graduates are all very different from one another, they are all unerringly authentic to themselves. The strength with which these three hold on to themselves and their convictions, despite all of the external pressures working on teenagers in this world of social media, public expectation, and constant instant communication, is amazing. I say that they are authentic because despite all of the pressure and all of the expectations, Autumn, Dante, and Jaden consistently make the decision to focus more on what is meaningful to them than on what the world expects from them. And if I can express, look at them and still have you hear me, if I can express one hope for you three, it's that you'll be able to hold on to these two qualities in the face of the coming pressures of the adult world, to stay childish and playful, to find wonder and joy in the world, to keep laughing, and above all, to stay true to who you are in the face of adult pressures and expectations. Because who you are is amazing and inspiring, and just knowing that the three of you are out there being yourselves gives me great hope for the future. Thank you.